Hi, I'm Austin from CoachCom. I just want to take a minute today to go through our baseball system and show you the parts and pieces that are included with each system. So the first thing, pulling out of our carrying case, you probably have one of these carrying cases that you got from us, is what we call the Coach's Pack. The Coach's Pack allows you to talk and listen to anyone else on the system. This is what we call our Player's Pack. This is going to allow you to just listen. This is a listen-only device, and it actually has an internal speaker here that can be used, or we can plug an earpiece in, which I'll show you in just a second, which you're going to use if you've got a catcher wearing this. You're going to have an earpiece plugged into this. But you might have a player such as a middle infielder or somebody else that you could use the armband that comes with the system, drop the receiver down in the armband, and then place this armband on any player. You might also do this in the bullpen if you have pitchers listening to the game calls, following along in action, or anybody else in the dugout. They don't have to have the armband, but they can have a receiver and be listening to the pitch calls and listening to the conversation between the coach and the catcher, for instance. Other pieces of the system I want to show you are the earpieces that are available, the microphone and speakers for the coaches. This is probably our most popular set here. This is what you would call like a lavalier microphone because it's made to clip on anywhere on a shirt. It clips on anywhere like this. You want to clip it on anywhere around your head. Don't go too low in your body because it won't pick up the audio as well. And then you've got this, what's called an ear tube, which is made to basically just come over to the back of your ear and then just go in like so. So it just kind of sits here out of the way. All of this cable, it looks like a lot, but the easiest thing to do is run all of this under your shirt. Or if you're in practice and you have some kind of sweatshirt hoodie on, just put it underneath. That way you can seal all the cabling and wiring, and it stays out of your way. To connect it to our Coach's Pack, you're basically gonna pull this little gasket off of the bottom here and plug it right into the bottom of the pack. Now, it can go either way, like so. It doesn't matter. You might have gotten one of these. This is another earpiece option for the Coach's Pack. This is speaker and microphone, and it just has one cable that comes down, and it actually is made just to go in your ear, and then the microphone sits beside your face, like so. So I just wanted to show you this one in case you have one of those. Depending on preference, coaches may prefer these depending on where they are. The other part of this is the player receiver, which we just talked about a second ago. And if you're putting one of these on your catcher, I want to show you the best way to do this. So first, you're going to connect the earpiece to the top of the receiver. And if you notice, it's very similar. It's the same style ear tube, but there's no microphone. This device is listen only for the catcher. So I'm going to plug in the top here into this little port. And then I'm going to take the receiver, which has a plastic clip on the back of it, and on the back of the chest protector, most of them have an X. Some of them are a little bit different, but in general, take your clip and just place it right in the center of the chest protector, like so. And these cords are made so that they're not too short, not too long. They're gonna run up and basically go into your catcher's ear, depending on which side he wants it in. And then the coach will be able to talk to the catcher from here to there. Or for that matter, anybody else that has a receiver on. All right, so now let's turn this gear on, and I'll just show you a couple of quick tests to make sure you're up and running before your practice or your game starts. Let me pull off the player receiver here, and I'm gonna press and hold the button on the front left here, the Coach's Pack. I'm gonna power this on. This is the power button. It's gonna ask me for home or away. Home is what you should always choose if you're playing at home. Away is what you should always choose if you're the visitor or if you're on the road. What we do here is we actually coordinate these systems to work nice together. So if you're playing somebody else that has one of these systems, you want to make sure they're on away, you're on home, or vice versa. That's why we always say choose home and home, away if you're the visitor. So I can actually use the buttons here on the side, which are also my volume buttons, to toggle between home and away. And then I'll just use my mode button next to power here, and I'll select home in this case, and the coaches pack is ready to go. So then I'm going to come over and turn the player pack on by pressing the button on the top here, and it's going to come on. I don't have to select home and away on this. It's going to default to whatever the coaches pack is set to. I can use the up and down arrows on the front of the player receiver to adjust my volume, get that to the level that I want it. And I can actually test to make sure this is working by first hitting this big button on the bottom of the coaches pack, which is my talk button. I'm going to turn that on. And then the button on the top here of the pack is what I have to press and hold to talk to the catcher. So to talk to the receiver, I'm pressing and holding the button on the top. If I've got another coach on this system, then as long as my talk's on and we're on the same channel, we can communicate back and forth without pressing this top button. This top button is only to communicate out to the player receivers, which most likely your catcher's hearing. So what I'm going to do to a quick test here is I'm just going to put this earpiece up to my ear, and I'm going to press and hold this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you should hear audio out of here. This system should have come to you set on the same channel so that they're able to communicate together. And I think that covers the parts of the system. If you would like to get more information, please go to our website. And if you need help getting set up with the system or getting going once you're using it, feel free to call our customer support team anytime. Thank you very much.